first pitch from Ashlyn Neal.
Curveball. Looks like a curveball.
Curveball just missed low. And I should let everybody know at home right now, the scoreboard, in my view, is completely screened off. I can see the score, but I cannot see balls and strikes. So I'll ask Nikki to help me out once in a while, or I'll have to turn my head. Second pitch in, catches the corner outside. That's a typical Ashlyn Neal pitch right there.
Absolutely.
Huh? So 1-1 count. We're just underway. No score. First batter, Charlotte Foster. 1-1 pitch from Neal. Gets the signal from Akai. Just misses outside. So she's going to try to work the corners.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it seems the good pitchers never give a hitter a good pitch to hit.
Nope.
I mean, you can talk about that all you want, but being able to execute, that's pretty amazing.
Well, every now and then. I mean, they're human, too. Every now and then they'll make mistakes, and you've got to be ready for that.
They do. 2-1 pitch. Hit back up the middle. Neal up with it. Underhands it to first base. That's Melina Rodriguez over there covering the bag, and one down.
Yeah, just got a little out in front of that outside pitch. Tried to pull it.
And that's kind of a sigh of relief for everybody out there, getting that first out underway. Now you can kind of relax and, hey, we can do this.
Yeah.
So that brings to the plate Selena Felix, the second baseman. Felix comes in with a .566 average, leads the team in slugging percentage of 1.066, 19 doubles, so she's got some wheels. Pitch from Neal outside, a little bit high as well. What do you think about 95 to 98 degrees, breeze blowing from left to right?
That breeze is great, though.
Yesterday it was really hot when everybody got here to practice. 1-0 pitch, hit to left field.
Oops.
And Saucedo makes a grab, took a step to the left, to her left initially, but came back for it. And that probably makes her feel better.
Oh, yeah.
Getting that one out of the way, especially when she takes a step in the wrong direction to begin. So 2 outs here in the top of the first, just underway. Mount San Antonio at the plate. Got to do my scorekeeping thing here so I know what's going on. Alex Simmons, the shortstop, at the plate right now. 5'11" batting average. High batting averages for these teams.
Yes. Well, with an assistant coach like Crystal Bustos, I would expect that from Mount Sac.
Like I said last night when I was introducing her, I looked hit her up in the dictionary, and there was Crystal's photograph right there, her picture. Amazing hitter, so she's translating some of that to these Mounties. 1-0 pitch, catches the outside corner, 1-1.
She's definitely working at that outside corner of the plate.
So that's a scouting report, or is that her strength?
Going off memory, I think that's what they threw a lot to us. So
an error, first error of the game, Scania Lemus, and she's in safely. Alex Simmons hits pretty much a can of corn to Scania Lemus in right field. Lemus drops it for an error, and the Mounties have Alex Simmons at the plate with Devin Vanderhoff, the cleanup hitter, playing third base, stepping into bat. So we got an E9, first error of the game, first base runner of the game.
Well, at any level, errors are going to happen, but it's what you do after you make that error. If she picked up that ball and, threw a line drive at her shortstop, she would have had her out at second base.
Almost had her picked.
Rushed the throw, threw it too high, and 22 slides in there safely.
So Vanderhoff, the cleanup hitter, comes in with 4 home runs, 49 RBI. And it's amazing what errors can do. It always seems to open a floodgate.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully for San Mateo, get that out of their system now, shut it down, get out of the inning, and hit the ball.
Well, the key to these bat and ball sports, be it baseball or softball, is to forget what happened the pitch before. Whether you're at the plate, in the circle, or out in the field, you have to be able to move on. 2 down, 1 runner on. 1-0 pitch coming from Ashlyn Neal. And that's outside. 2 straight pitches way outside. And the count moves to 2-0. It's College of San Mateo against Mount San Antonio College. Game 1 of the 2014 state championships. Game 2 at 8 o'clock. It'll be the number 1 South seed Santiago Canyon against the number 2 North seed Sierra College. 2-0 pitch inside ball 3. I don't think she wants to give up a free base here, but she's not giving her anything to hit.
No, and I wouldn't either.
You wouldn't either?
No.
So you'd rather have her on first base, runners at first and second, 2 down, and maybe a less powerful hitter.
Yeah, I can get a ground ball. You can go to any bag here.
Yep.
You don't have to throw across the diamond.
Now that one catches the inside corner.
That was a good pitch. Good location.
It's also nice to learn the strike zone from the umpires, and we're getting a view of that right now. I didn't get a list of umpires. I'm hoping maybe Andrew Wheeler can get me a list of those umpires. Are they on the sheet that you gave me? All right, thank you. Right in the middle. All right, and there's a base on balls free pass to Devin Vanderhoff. And that brings up with 2 down the designated player, number 2, Nia Caesar. Caesar with a .537 batting average on the year. 10 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Leads the team in on-base percentage of .575. Pretty deep lineup.
Yeah.
So 2 down here in the top of the first. 2 runners on for the Mounties. Alex Simmons on at second. Vanderhoff at first. Just drew a walk. First pitch from Neal to Caesar. Low inside ball 1. Wind blowing from left to right, but it does not look like much of a factor. Maybe it's a good thing, just keeping it cool down there on the field.
Oh, yeah.
1-0 pitch.
Great pitch.
Hit over the third baseman's head. Coming in, waved around to score is Alex Simmons. And an RBI single for Nia Caesar.
It's a great pitch. Just hit it well and chopped it right over third baseman's head.
So runners still on first and second with 2 down. First run of the championships on the board, and it's for the Mounties. They lead 1-0 here in the top of the first. And stepping into the batter's box, number 17, the left fielder, Natalie Winokur. Winokur 309 on the year, 3 home runs, 20 RBI. She has a chance to increase that RBI total right here. Single probably bring in at least 1. Inside pitch, ball 1. That's a perfect hit. That's what a coach wants right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Not much you can do as a third baseman or a left fielder. That's pretty much a no man's land out there.
And I haven't played on this field before, but it looks like it's pretty hard.
Pretty hard pack,
Got
yes.
the right bounce.
That one in for a strike. So 1-1 now. 2 on, 1 run across. How important is it to score first?
Oh, well, I think it puts the momentum in your direction, you know. But it's so early in the game.
It is.
You know, San Mateo really needs to shut him down right here and come back and start swinging the bat.
San Mateo still has all its at-bats left,
Absolutely.
as we're talking about how important it is to get the first run across.
But it's always good as a coach and as a team to have that momentum in your favor, you know. And
Yeah, I think from a psychological standpoint at the state championships, hey, we've scored. We're not going to get shut out.
Yeah,
We're in the lead. We can do this.
Takes a little bit of pressure off your pitcher when you get out there.
1-2 pitch from Neal to Winokur. This one hit right up the middle, but nobody's going to score. Up making the play is Raquel Martinez, and she was playing up to begin with. Bases full of Mounties as Brianna Gonzalez, the right fielder, comes to the plate, and Nicole Borg is going to come out and talk to her infield. Is she coming out to talk to the infield or Ashlyn Neal right now?
I'm sure she's probably talking to all of them, you know. I mean, this is a team thing. It's not an individual thing. So the first 2 outs were great, you know. She's just really trying to get another ground ball and get out of the inning so they can get back in and hit. Close the door right here.
Well, and that's she's trying to stop the momentum right now as well. Let's go out there. Let's take a little time off the clock, if there was a clock. And it looks like we've got maybe a pinch runner coming in. Gonzalez due up.
17.
So we got 23 coming in. Right away, a lineup change. And 23 for Mount San Antonio is Steffi Aradias. So Gonzalez, I don't think I've ever seen that where
this early in the game.
Stephanie Aradias. What do you see over there stat-wise?
She's batting .333, slugging percentage .486. Let's see. Home runs.
First pitch from Neal to Aradias, right down the middle for a strike.
2 home runs, 19 RBIs. So there you go.
So can Martinez re-enter?
Yes.
So she can re-enter. So we've got
Correct.
a pinch hitter. Yeah, she was in.
Yeah.
So she can re-enter.
Absolutely.
We're still in the first inning. 1 run across. This one lined down the first baseline foul. Wow.
Neal's ahead in the count now. That's good.
So 1 run across. That's Alex Simmons, who got on an error by Scania Lemus out in right field. Vanderhoff walked. And then Nia Caesar hit a shot over the third base, bounced high over the third baseman, Brooke Ramsey's head, driving in Alex Simmons for the first run. Bases loaded right now. Vanderhoff at third, Caesar at second, Winokur at first. And already a pinch hitter, Steffi Aradias at the plate. Neal looks to Akai for the sign. She's got it. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. This one's fouled down the right field line, or left field line. Got to get my fields. You know, it's been a year since I've done this. I got to get my fields correct.
Way ahead in the count.
Way ahead in the count.
My philosophy on that is give her nothing to hit.
Give her nothing to hit.
Give her nothing to hit.
Yeah, what do you have to lose other than a ball? So maybe a little off-speed pitch outside.
There
That's what she did.
Yeah.
And this one's fouled over the home dugout, or the first base dugout. They're not home today. That's Mount San Antonio College in that dugout. They got the cow. They got a monkey on the cow.
What's
right
the
up.
monkey?
I don't know what the monkey is.
About?
You know, the cow is always at the state championships,
Right.
but I don't think I've seen the monkey. So that must be something significant for the 2014 Mounties. 1-2 pitch. This one hit
There's
to
a ground
third.
ball. Great
It's a
stop.
fair ball. Just in time.
Oh.
Just in time. Brooke Ramsey for out number 3.
Oh, foul ball?
Oh, they're calling it a foul ball.
It's a good stop. She stuck with it. Got to play that out.
Looked to me like she touched it in fair territory as she was falling. I mean, she dove for it.
Yeah.
Home plate.
They make the call.
Home plate umpire said home behind the plate is Lisa Allard Talaman. First base umpire Tony Garcia, Rick Vietti out over at third base right now. Great umpire crews for all these games. This one's hit. It's going to be short left, and that's going to score at least one. Vanderhoff in, Caesar in, and maybe we can see why Ruby Rojas made the change to bring in Steffi Aradias.
Yeah, that was a great pitch that Neal threw. She didn't really get a hold of that one. It looked like she got it on the handle a little bit and just blooped it over into that, like you said, that no man's zone.
No man's zone
land.
right out there. So 3 runs on 2 hits. 2 RBIs for Steffi Aradias. That brings up the catcher, Yumi Hiroto. Where's Yumi over here? 295 hitter. 7 runs batted in. She has the opportunity to also increase that total with runners on. 2 down. It's 3-0. Mount San Antonio on top. Here in the top of inning number 1. Hit of this game so far, a 2-run single as a pinch hitter by Steffi Aradias, and she stands at first base. At second, Natalie Winokur. 1-0 pitch from Neal. Misses outside. So getting 3 runs in the top of the first, that's got to be a little better than getting 1 run. That's got to give you a lot more confidence.
It's a little bit of cushion for Mount SAC for sure.
Sure is. This one catches the inside corner.
But again, for San Mateo, it's still so early in the game. Now's not the time to let up or get frustrated. It's time to take a deep breath and just execute 1 pitch at a time.
1 inning at a time, you chip away. Well,
take it even further than that and just half an inning at a time.
Half an inning at a time.
One pitch at a time.
Well, they led the state in runs and at bat, almost every offensive category. So if you're looking for offense, wait till San Mateo gets up. And let's see what they can do. They haven't even had an at bat yet. 2 down, top of the first. 2-2 count to Yumi Hiroto, the catcher. Runners on first and second. 3 runs across from Mount SAC. This one hits sharply into the gap. And that's going to bring in 2 runs. 1 already across. A Winokur scores. Ara Diaz scores, and it's second base with a stand-up double. Yumi Hiroto. So 5 runs now across on 3 hits. Back-to-back 2 RBI hits for the Mounties. Erica Simmons, the 9-hole hitter, center fielder, steps to the plate.
Got 2 of San Mateo's pitchers warming up in the bullpen.
Simmons comes in batting .413 on the year. First pitch inside. Ball 1. So 5 runs across for Mount San Antonio here in game 1. 5-0, top of the first. 2 down. Runner on second. Hiroto, who just knocked in 2 with a double. Catches the outside pitch. And Neal, who's a veteran, she's 25-1 this year, had a great year last year. She knows what to do. She knows that, hey, this is 1 bad inning. Every pitcher has them.
Yeah.
She just needs to move on.
There you
Pitch
go.
hit to third. Up with it is Ramsey, over to Rodriguez, and the side is retired. But not until Mount San Antonio College scores 5 runs on 3 hits. There was a walk. There was a Mountie error, or a Bulldog error. And after 1/2 inning, the score is Mount San Antonio 5 and College of San Mateo nothing. Sports fans, for the latest online news, statistics, and scores of community college athletic events, log on to the 3C2A's official website, www.cccaasports.org. The site is your official source for news about community college athletics. You're listening to it, watching it right now. That's www.cccaasports.org. So your pitcher out there, state championships, game 1. Your team just got 5 runs in the top of the first. That's got to make you feel pretty good. You just have to let your defense do its thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's definitely a good cushion for Mount SAC. They can play a little more relaxed. But again, you know, like I said earlier, at this level, at this time of the year, you can't take anybody lightly. You know.
Well, and you're also playing a team that has so many offensive weapons, so much offensive power that you can't take it lightly.
No.
You got to be aware of everything that happens out there. Gonzalez, the lefty, comes in with a record of 19-3. ERA of 2.57. Led the team in innings pitched with 147.1 and 118 Ks. 15 complete games. 3 shutouts. And leading off the game for the College of San Mateo, the center fielder, Raquel Martinez. Raquel Martinez, that you've seen her a couple times in the last couple years, .539 batting average, led the team in runs and on-base percentage with 61 and .607 respectively. Also led the team in stolen bases with 34. She's fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A slapper even from the right side?
No, I haven't seen her slap from that side.
First pitch from Gonzalez to Martinez. Taken for an inside ball.
Try and keep my bias to myself right here. I have to
what bias?
I'm a NorCal. Like you, NorCal person.
NorCal, yeah. We haven't had much luck since I've been doing this, starting in 2004. This one bunted back to the box. Gonzalez up with it, and all kinds of wheels. So we got an E1 to start the game.
Yeah, there you go.
And maybe that was the intimidation factor, that speed that Martinez has. It really forced the throw to be an unnatural throw. Wasn't able to position her body and get it over to first base.
That's a great idea.
Kayleen Smith, the shortstop, at the plate now for the Bulldogs.
Another athlete with wheels.
Another athlete with wheels.
Oh, yeah.
20 stolen bases. 20 stolen bases. 11 sacrifice hits led the team in sacrifices. 17 walks led the team, so she's got a good eye up there. 478 batting average coming in. That pitch is over for a strike on the outside corner. Gonzalez does not look like an overpowering pitcher.
No, but she is throwing strikes that first pitch, you know, and I think that makes a big difference.
5-0, and Mounties on top of the Bulldogs. Bottom of the first. That pitch high, bunted back to the box.
Oh, another foul ball.
Foul ball.
Called,
we had a foul ball.
Interesting. I don't know. From my angle, it looked like it was on the plate.
I thought so too. Well, you could hear it.
Yeah.
And we have headphones on.
Yeah.
Martinez on at first. Reached on a throwing error by the pitcher, Sabrina Gonzalez.
It's interesting. I don't know if the catcher heard that and held up her throw, and that's why she threw it in the dirt, or if she threw it in the dirt.
2 bad throws.
Yeah.
Already.
Continue with that bunting game.
Yeah. Small ball. Here we come.
And they do.
And they do. Up with it is Vanderhoff. Covering from second base, Selena Felix. And she's safe. That is Raquel Martinez playing heads-up softball. Makes it all the way to third.
Yeah.
On the sacrifice bunt by Kayleen Smith. And that's the first out of the inning. Brings up Scania Lemus to right fielder. That's heads up right there. And that's what San Mateo does.
Absolutely.
They're always aware.
You have to be aggressive. You're being aggressive like that, you may get thrown out a lot, but you're going to score a lot of runs, obviously, as their stats have shown.
Anything you can do to keep the other team off balance.
Absolutely.
So, Lemus up to bat. Lemus wants to make amends for that error that kind of opened the floodgates in the first inning playing right field.
She's got 48 RBIs.
5 triples. Wow, a lot of speed on this team. Standing at third is Raquel Martinez, led off, reaching first on an error. This one hit.
Oh, great
diving grab. Not in
close.
time. Alex Simmons makes the grab, tosses it to Devin Vanderhoff at third. But Martinez back in time. So we've got 2 down now. Defensive play of the game so far.
Yeah. It's good heads-up base running, though. And that's hard. You're behind the play. Well, she makes a great catch like that. You have to turn around, put the brakes on, and dive back.
It had every appearance to get through.
Absolutely. It's a great catch.
Melina Rodriguez, first baseman, the cleanup hitter, at the plate now for the Bulldogs. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. 5-0 Mountie lead. There's Melina Rodriguez. 405 batting average, 6 home runs, 38 RBIs. This one fouled back to the screen. So I have a feeling, based on what I've seen in the bottom of the first, even though no runs have come across for San Mateo, this is going to be a game.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to go down to the last inning. 1-1 pitch on its way outside in the dirt. Melina Rodriguez says, stay where you are. Raquel Martinez, don't come down here. Hiroto has it.
Good dig by the catcher.
It was. Is that a 2-1 pitch? I can't see that. Yeah, 3-1 now. You do not want a free pass here. Maybe you do. I don't know.
Well, why make it harder on yourself?
Yeah. Well, I look at Brooke Ramsey coming up. Brooke Ramsey is 14 home runs, 50 RBIs. bats in the 5-hole.
Yeah.
She looks ready down there, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Ready. Come on, get me up there. Let's run her on. So full count. Sabrina Gonzalez looking for the sign from catcher Yumi Hiroto. Melina Rodriguez looking to do something that will get San Mateo back in this game on the scoreboard. Hit to Selena Felix, up with it over to Charlotte Foster for the 3rd out of the inning. And for the College of San Mateo in the first, no runs, no hits. There was a Mountie error and 1 Bulldog left. So after 1 complete inning, the score is Mount San Antonio College 5 and the College of San Mateo nothing. Looking for a way to show off your team's achievement in style? I am. Celebrate your exciting journey to the championships with Jostens, proud partner of the California Community College Athletic Association. From legendary championship rings to custom team jewelry, you're sure to find a way to share your story at jostens.com/sports. So 1 inning down here, game 1 of the 2014 CCCAA Softball State Championships.
Already seen some great plays. It's exciting.
We've seen some good hitting from the Mounties in the top of the first. We saw a great defensive play at shortstop from the Mounties in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and San Mateo's aggressive base running.
Great base running play by Raquel Martinez on a bunt back to the circle. Went all the way from first to third, and that's San Mateo softball right there.
Absolutely.
So at the top of the second, and that brings up the leadoff hitter, Charlotte Foster in the first. She hit it back, right back to Ashlyn Neal, who tossed it over to first base for out number 1. As we mentioned, when she was up first, Foster led the team in home runs as the leadoff hitter. First pitch from Neal to Foster. Wow, what do you know? This time, Neal not able to come up with it, but able to get it over to Melina Rodriguez. So Foster grounds out to the pitcher both times at bat for out number 1 in an inning. Selena Felix, second baseman, steps up to bat. She hit a fly ball to the left fielder, Natalie Saucedo, who made the grab for out number 2. The pitch.
Starting to work in a little bit here now.
Catches the inside corner. We saw her working the outside corner in the first inning. So in the top of the first, Neal got the first 2 runners out just like that. First 2 batters out just like that, and then the floodgates opened on the error.
Yeah.
This one hit high to center field. Calling for it is Raquel Martinez. She gets under it, makes the play for out number 2. So it looks eerily similar, doesn't it?
It does.
1 to 3, and then fly ball to left. This time a fly ball to center. Last time Alex Simmons, the shortstop, who steps into bat, hit an easy pop-up to the right fielder, Lemus, who, may have been the sun. I'm looking out there. She's got the sun directly in her eyes, but was unable to make the grab. Made a good throw at second, almost got Simmons going in on the slide at second base.
I think if San Mateo gets this out right here, again, that momentum's in their favor. They can come back in and, they've taken their hacks already. They've ran aggressively on the base pass, saw that the other team can make mistakes too. I think this would be good for San Mateo to shut them down right here.
So a 3 up, 3 down inning would be nice. That one misses the inside.
They're trying to take one out of San Mateo's page and lay that bunt down.
There they are, yeah. But whatever works. Game 2, Sierra against Santiago Canyon. Santiago Canyon arriving just now. Gonna go get ready for game number 2. Scheduled at 8 o'clock. Sierra got here maybe a half hour ago, just as the game was starting. So both teams for game 2, the number 1 South seed Hawks, number 2 North seed Wolverines in the house, getting ready. 2-1 pitch. This one's hit down the first base line.
Foul.
Just misses the bullpen.
Fans, unanimous ask that all foul balls be returned to the third base side of the field and placed in the ball receptacles. Thank you.
Oh, that breeze feels nice.
I think we lucked out. It's actually pretty nice weather here
Yep,
today.
you're absolutely right. And it's supposed to be a little cooler the next 2 days. So 2-2 pitch. That one's high. Ball 3. Neal wants to get her right now. A strikeout would be big for Ashlyn Neal. So much confidence when you've struggled a little bit and then the pitcher gets a K to end an inning,
Absolutely.
especially a 3-up, 3-down inning. Here's the pitch on its way, hit to the shortstop. Kayleen Smith up with it over to Melina Rodriguez, and the side is retired. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Mount San Antonio. I'm sure that's exactly what Nicole Ward wanted.
Absolutely.
So if you're keeping score at home, that was a 6-3 out. As we move to the bottom of inning number 2 with the score 5-0, Mount San Antonio on top of the Bulldogs. Diamond is the official ball of the California Community College Athletic Association Softball Championships. Diamond Sports manufactures many products specifically for women's softball, such as gloves, helmets, catcher's gear, and apparel. For more information, visit www.diamondsports.com. Don't know who's writing these, but they need to work on their spelling a little bit.
Well, we talked about momentum earlier and playing a half inning at a time. San Mateo definitely won that half inning.
They did. Decisively.
Yeah. So momentum's in their favor. Let's see if they can put some runs across the board now.
So due up for the Mounties in the top of,
Bulldogs.
for the Bulldogs in the bottom of inning number 3. Or inning number 2. I'm having a hard time here. It must be the heat. It'll be the 5, 6, 7. I'm not. Well, yeah, I live in Folsom. It gets hot, but sitting here in this non-air conditioned press box, it gets a little oppressive. So it'll be the 5, 6, 7 batters for the Bulldogs to lead off the bottom of inning number 2. They trail the Mounties 5-0. It is Brooke Ramsey, the third baseman.
Correction. Third baseman number 21, Brooke Ramsey.
Our PA announcer, Cherie Shoemake, was just making sure the people were listening to her. It's an old PA announcer's trick. Fiame, will go down in history as one of the top Bulldogs of all time.
The on-deck batter?
Oh, it's Brooke Ramsey, yes. Yes, Fiame. Well, Brooke Ramsey might too.
Yeah. She's got 491.
14 home runs. She led off the season on a tear. She was leading the state in home runs for a long time.
Yeah.
She hits this one to right field.
Oh.
Underneath it is Brianna Gonzalez. Does it look like they're having a little vision problem?
It looks like the sun's in their face, but she played that well. I mean, she got on the side of the ball and she got those sunglasses and her visor on.
So out number 1 recorded by Brianna Gonzalez, and that brings up the aforementioned second baseman Talisa Fiame. Fiame, speed, power, 60 RBIs, led the team in at-bats, 142, 20 doubles, 4 sacrifice flies. All conference, all NorCal, all state.
Yeah.
6 Bulldogs were all state.
Yes. They're a great team. They've got great talent.
Here's the pitch from Sabrina Gonzalez.
1-1 count.
That's a 1-1 count. Thank you. I literally cannot see that. Right there it is. You have to get in your face in order to see that. 1-1 pitch. You got one out here in the bottom of the second. That one hit foul into the net. Over to make the grab, Charlotte Foster. But it doesn't count. So Fiame. Remember the first time I called her name last year, the I after her name looked like an L, so we were calling her Talisa Flame. and she
speed.
proved it. Yeah, I mean, she was fast. Here's the pitch to Fiammi. Bounces over the plate for a ball. 2-2 count. Mounties on top of the Bulldogs, 5-0. We're in the bottom of the second. Game 1 of the CCCAA Softball State Championships. 2-2 pitch has been hit to center. Yeah, got under it. Erica Simmons.
I need to start getting through that ball a little bit more.
So that is the second out of the second inning. That brings up Natalie Saucedo, and you were commenting before the game about Natalie. Good athlete.
Yeah, she is. Great athlete. Again, batting .479. Can't see that far. 12 home runs.
This one hit.
That's
going to fall.
The base hit in the books.
She'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, those are tough as a pitcher. I mean, you know, you're throwing a great pitch and you get a little bloop like that. It counts as a hit. But
it does, yeah.
It's a great pitch.
And that was literally one of those places where no one had a chance to catch it. I mean, it was perfectly placed.
If the right fielder dived, she may have had a chance, but it would have been an outstanding play.
And there's a chance the ball gets behind her and goes all the way to the fence. And
catcher.
The catcher, Leilani Akai, at the plate right now with 2 down. First hit of the game for the Bulldogs. Natalie Saucedo delivers it. The bloop single to right. Akai comes in batting .385, has 5 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Big cut. It's a way to attack that first strike.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want to have them look at it. That drives me crazy. You know, up here in the booth, what are you looking at?
She keeps her head down on the ball. She's going to hit it, but
2 strikes now. 2 big swings from the catcher.
Yeah.
2 down. Runner at first is Natalie Saucedo. Here comes the pitch from Sabrina Gonzalez. 0-2 outside. Not going to give her anything to hit, especially with those 2 big cuts.
Right.
Shadows getting long here at Dean and Ada Gay Sports Complex. This one fouled into the parking lot. Doesn't happen very often here. These are pretty much perfect dimensions. Foul territory is really good. You have a lot of room. Catcher has a lot of room to make a good play without having too much room.
Yeah. Again, it's a great complex. It's a big field, though. There's a lot of space out there in that outfield.
And that's what we've seen year in and year out the 5 years we've been here. A lot of gappers, a lot of hits over the outfielders' heads. You're absolutely right.
You look at Mount SAC, they're playing fairly deep. And, you know, San Mateo, first 2 batters of this inning flew out right field and center, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Playing it right now.
So 1-2 count to Leilani Akai. 2 down. 5-0 score. The Bulldogs trailing the Mounties. Here's the pitch. High outside. 2-2 now the count. Not going to give her anything to hit. Although I'd come inside right now, low and inside.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. She's pulling her head a lot. So maybe a drop ball if she's got it or something.
That one hit over to first base, making the grab. Charlotte Foster for the 3rd out. So a 3 down inning for the Bulldogs in the second.
They had 1 hit.
They did have 1 hit.
4 up.
4 up, 3 down.
Left 1 runner on.
Saucedo with the single after 2 outs. I was just seeing if you were paying attention.
Thanks.
Nikki DeQuinn, the head coach of Gavilan. Tell us about Gavilan this year. You guys had a great year.
We did. We had a fantastic year. I had a great group of young ladies. We won our first conference championship in 30 years for the college.
30 years.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Again, these girls, at the beginning of the year, they set out to win a conference championship, and they got it done, you know. And they worked real hard. It came down right down to that very last game of our season, our conference against Cabrillo College. Whoever won that game was gonna be conference champions. And in 8 innings, we were able to get it done. 1-0 ball game. It was great softball.
I remember seeing it on the CCCAA website when it was posted, and it's got to feel pretty good after 30 years to get that first one.
Yeah.
Your conference, that whole Coast North, Coast South has become a really outstanding conference.
Yeah, oh yeah. The South has been a real tough conference for a very long time, last few years anyway. So it's definitely not easy. But obviously San Mateo is in the Coast North, a tough team. We play them once in preseason and then once in the season.
We're going to do something fun.
Looks like we're doing a raffle here.
Doing a raffle?
I don't know.
I've never won a raffle.
What are we doing?
You guys doing a raffle? No? They're going to do something fun.
Gotta take your cell phones out, they said. So
Take your cell phone out.
pull my cell phone out.
Pull your cell phone out. Let's see.
For MtSAC, third baseman number 2.
All right, leading off the third, as I get to the top of the third on my score sheet, is Devin Vanderhoff, the cleanup hitter, third baseman. She walked and scored a run in the first. First pitch from Neal, a ball. 5-0, top of inning number 3 here at Dean and Ada Gay Sports Complex on the campus of Bakersfield College. They're celebrating their 100th graduation.
Yeah, oh, that's a fair ball. Hit the base.
So on with a single, Devin Vanderhoff ripped a line drive, a grounder that hit the first base, popped up in the air, hit the base. That's
Second
a fair ball.
baseman made a good effort to try and recover it, but tough. That would have been a tough play.
So the Mounties lead off the third with a single. An unconventional single, but a single nonetheless.
Yeah.
They'll take it. Zania Caesar, the DP.
Sacrifice bunt.
And up with it is Neal over to the second baseman, Fiami, covering for the first out of the inning. And moving over to second on the sacrifice is Devin Vanderhoff. So sacrifice bunt in a 1-4 if you're scoring at home. And that brings up Natalie Winokur, who scored a run in the first. For some reason I didn't write down what she did. You remember what she did?
No, I don't. Is that the kid that hit the chopper over third base? I don't remember.
No, that was Steffi. Or Diaz, the pinch hitter, who did that.
That's right.
Well, all we know, based on my unofficial score sheet, is Winokur scored a run on the first. Andrew, how did Winokur get on in the first? How did Winokur get on in the first? Single?
Ooh, a little too far inside.
Little blooper. All right, we're caught up. 1-1 count now. Winokur got on a blooper single in the first. It's nice to have Andrew Wheeler, the head SID guy for softball, right here next to us. You can get live stats on the CCCAA website, too. This one hit in the gap. Over to make the play is Scania Lemus. Running grab for out number 2.
Good hustle to come in and make that catch. Again, a great pitch by Neal. Looked like it handcuffed her a little bit.
So with 2 down. The person who was originally scheduled to bat in the first inning is 33, right fielder Brianna Gonzalez. She was pulled for a pinch hitter, Steffi Aradias, who proceeded to hit a 2-run single and drive in a couple runs. That pitch outside to Gonzalez. Slapper.
Yeah.
2 down here in the top of the third. 1 runner on.
Guess that she's probably not a power hitter. And that's why she got pulled in that last inning.
That one hit over to third baseman and on the line.
Yeah.
So line drive, F5, and the side is retired. For Mount San Antonio, in the top of the third, no runs, 1 hit, 1 Mountie stranded. And we head to the bottom of the third with the score still 5-0. So, we talked about winning half innings and winning innings, and defensively, College of San Mateo's done everything it needs to do to get back in the game.
Oh, absolutely. Offensively now, I think they need to, I don't know, it's my philosophy, being aggressive on that first strike. And, try to get the ball down a little bit.
Yeah,
instead
absolutely.
Of hitting it up in the air.
Well, yeah, and you talk about Fiamma, you hit the fly to center field. She got under it, line drive, would have been a gapper.
Yeah. Got your phone out, Matt?
I don't know how to take a selfie. Oh, there's a selfie. So they're having a contest, and I guess they're going to judge selfies.
All right.
Field in the background so people know where they are.
Let's do this here.
Okay, do it.
I can do it.
Here we go.
We have to have our back to the field, though, so let's turn around.
Okay.
We're going to take a photo. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, who do we send these selfies to?
Cameron, can you send that selfie to the proper address? So, modern technology gets down to Bakersfield for the CCCAA Softball State Championships. We're taking selfies and tweeting. And what do we win? What do we win? We win a free phone or a free pass to the game tomorrow? We'll find out. All right, back to business. This is the bottom of the third for College of San Mateo. Gave up 5 runs in the first, and they need to get a run here and a run there to get back in, and they can do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, it's still early. They're home team. How many games have you seen where they've changed,
Many.
scored 4 runs, 5 runs in an inning?
Many. At the plate, the DP, Taylor Cruz. And that one gathered in by the first baseman for out number 1. That's Charlotte Foster. Over to make the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. And that brings up the leadoff hitter, Raquel Martinez, center fielder. Reached on an error in the first, error by the pitcher. Her speed, I think, forced an awkward throw by Gonzalez.
I noticed the corners came in a little bit on her.
You never know. Here's the pitch, high. Just a bit high.
Yeah, a little high and inside there. Turn the other way, protect the bat.
And you may see our combatants game 2 making their way out in the outfield. That's Sierra in the black, Santiago Canyon in the blue. They're going to be playing the 8 o'clock game. Here's the pitch. That one in for a strike. That was a pitch you want to swing at.
Oh, absolutely. One of those first 2 pitches is going to be a strike. The first one's a ball. You're going to expect she doesn't want to get that far behind in the count.
So 1-1 the count now, where we've got 1 away here in the bottom of the third. The leadoff hitter, center fielder Raquel Martinez at the plate. This one fouled back, not enough to get over the net. Sonny Stupak makes his way into the stadium. And we're sure things are going to get interesting when Sonny's in the house. Hey, Sonny. He's ignoring me. Last year, Shasta was in the Final Four, knocked out Sierra in a scintillating 2-game championship Sunday. That one fouled back into the net. Again, same place. It's her favorite spot of the net.
The pitcher way ahead in the count. Again,
1-2 count. This is where you start to see pitchers give nothing to hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or maybe because the batter's expecting that, you throw a little, throw something nasty inside.
And there it is. Mixed up a little bit, though.
So the count evens up at 2-2. 1 down here in the bottom of the third. 5-0, Mount San Antonio on top. College of San Mateo. Game 1. Lots of action still to go this weekend. We'll have every pitch of every inning of every game. This one fouled straight back. Still even at 2-2. 1 down. Kayla Cruz, the leadoff hitter, flew out, a little pop fly in foul territory that Charlotte Foster, the first baseman, gathered easily. Both pitchers, have had, since that 5-run first, have settled down quite nicely. Yeah, and that one hits her.
Yeah.
So down to first base, Raquel Martinez. That brings up Kayleen Smith, the shortstop. Kayleen had a sacrifice bunt that moved Raquel Martinez all the way over to third, if you remember, Nikki.
I do. Some aggressive base running. I liked it. With 1 out. That was our, let's see.
So I would not be surprised to see some small ball here again. And that's what the Mounties were just talking about out there. So over at first base, Raquel Martinez. Martinez led the team with 34 stolen bases on the year. So she's got some speed. 1 down. As the Bulldogs looking to get something on the board, get back in this game offensively. They've settled down defensively.
The first couple of innings, Gonzalez would come out with that first pitch strike, and the last few batters here, she's come with the ball every time.
1-0 pitch from Gonzalez to Smith. This one fouled back into the net. So you've seen a lot of foul balls go up into the net. What is
I
that
think she's
telling
staying. It seems like she's staying away from him a lot with the screwball. She's a lefty, so it's for her it's a screwball coming away from the right-handed batter. So I think that's why it's coming here.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her come in a whole lot on San Mateo.
No, you're right. So 1-1 count. Sabrina Gonzalez in the circle. Gets the sign from Hiroto. Here's the pitch. That one hit down the first baseline at foul.
She went with that one a little bit better.
She did. I'm amazed at the discipline of some of these batters. And I've seen, in the games I've seen this year, I've seen more discipline and more going with the pitch than I have in years past. And I don't know what the reason for that is, but it just...
Great coaching.
Great coaching. I was waiting for you to say that. I set you up, Nikki. Here we go. 1-2 pitch. Oh, that one is close. Just misses the outside corner.
That makes me nervous. That's a pitch I like to tell my athletes. Foul that off and get a little bit better pitch. You never want to leave it in the umpire's hand.
You got 2 strikes. You got to protect that play.
Yeah, with 2 strikes, it's cutting it close.
2-2 count on the shortstop, Kayleen Smith. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down to second. And she's out. And that ends it. So we had a strikeout on Smith and then a 2-4 for out number 3. And Kayleen Smith swung, I think, to protect the run. I mean, she knew that there was that Martinez was going.
I don't know. She had 2 strikes on her. That pitch was up and in. And Martinez was close. I mean, she beat the throw, but then coming back to tag the base, she missed the base.
She overslid.
Overslid the base, and coming back to tag was when she got tagged out.
And you see that with speed sometimes. They overrun those bases on the slide. It's hard not to do.
Depending on the philosophy, I mean, sometimes coaches tell their athletes go straight into the bag. That way you prevent that stuff.
Right.
Fastest point, fastest way to get from point A to point B is a straight line. So.
And she seemed to want to slide outside and reach with her hand.
Yeah.
Don't have replay here, but we'll describe that for you.
Can we work on that for next year?
I'll see what I can do. Jason, are you listening? We need instant replay. There is a delay. Maybe I could get it here on the computer and we could watch it.
Well, yeah, no, she beat the throw. She was
did.
there.
Yeah.
So she didn't need to go around it or past it. She would have went right into it. She clearly would have had it.
That's also the website.
So I'm looking down in Coach's Row down there. Sunny Stupak. I see Donna Runyon from Maloney. Of course, Sunny from Shasta. I see Bob Maglione, the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame coach. He's got long hair now. He's up in
Oh,
Napa,
you know what?
so he's.
I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah, I didn't either. I had to do a double take.
He's going to be coaching our sophomore showcase with Michelle Hall.
Tell us about the sophomore showcase.
Yeah.
First time we've done that.
Well, we've done it before in the past, not during the state tournament though. So this weekend it's going to be tomorrow morning at 9:30. We've got Bob and Michelle coaching the North, and Thomas Armstrong, and I believe I can't remember. That's terrible. I can't remember who the other coach is from the South coaching that side.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you in just a second with that. Catcher Yumi Hiroto leads off. Shortstop Kayleen Smith over with the grounder, throws it to Malene Rodriguez for out number 1. So it's designed. They're a group of all-stars from the North, group of all-stars from the South.
Yeah, it's the sophomores.
Sophomores.
So
All-star
yeah,
sophomores.
so they were nominated by their coaches, unsigned sophomores. So we wanted to provide more opportunity for them to get seen and get some four-year coaches out here that maybe you're looking for specific players.
Right, a position to fill.
Yeah, absolutely.
The center fielder Erica Simmons at the plate. Simmons in the first, grounded out to third base. Here's the pitch. Creeping in was Brooke Ramsey. You saw her creep in with the pitch.
But right between her legs.
Right between her legs. She had no time to react. She was still moving.
Yeah, that's the thing is if you're going to creep in, you got to do it before your pitcher releases it, so you're set when the ball's coming at you.
It was as Neal was in her windup. It just wasn't enough time. That brings the leadoff hitter, Charlotte Foster, who grounded out twice to the pitcher. Neal with both putouts. So one down now, Erica Simmons on at first with the single. Here's the pitch. So how many players for in the sophomore showcase tomorrow?
We've got 18 from both the North and the South.
So how many innings? It's
I think we're going to go about 9. We are on a time frame here too because we've got our award ceremony for our all NorCal, all Americans, and academics at 12:30. So.
And then we've got a game.
Absolutely.
A real game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think it's great. All the sports have been doing this. I haven't seen it down here at the championship since I've been doing it. So it's nice to have them in this setting at this great field. Give the four-year coaches who I think there are some here. We see lots of four-year coaches here. This one hit high and deep, and it's out.
Wow.
Home run for Charlotte Foster, number 21 on the year.
Wow.
To straightaway center field. And the Mounties go up 7-0 on the 2-run home run by Charlotte Foster. She led the state this year during the regular season and the playoffs with 20 home runs. That's her 21st of the year.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the pitch. I was looking at at my score sheet right here.
I didn't either. I looked down at the wrong time.
We won't do that again if you're out there.
I imagine it had to have been up. It was hit dead center.
It was. Yeah, and you knew it was gone.
A long way.
You knew it was gone.
Yeah.
So at the plate now, Selena Felix, second baseman. Flew out to left, flew out to center. Long strike.
Yeah.
As a reminder, team management requests that all foul balls be returned to the ball receptacles on the fence on the third baseline. Thank you.
Now it's 7-0 now.
7-0.
Top of the fourth inning.
So another run comes across. You get close to mercy rule time. Here's the pitch.
Caught the corner.
Caught the corner.
Good.
I don't know how many times I did that last year. Called it a ball and then. Umpiring crew, Lisa Allard-Talaman behind the plate. At first base, Tony Garcia. This one
kept
hit
her
deep
hands
too.
up well.
That
Wow.
one's gone too.
Wow. Now that pitch was up, and she kept her hands up well. Wow.
So an Ashlyn Neal mistake.
Yeah.
And it's 8-0, Mount San Antonio on top. So Felix, that's her 16th of the year.
Wow. Well, like I said earlier, I kind of expected them to be a good hitting team. Pitching change.
We're going to have a pitching change.
Yeah.
4 for 44, so that's Ashley Miller coming in. We're going to look at her stats here in just a moment. Ashley Miller, this is the 4th inning. Mounties now on top, 8-0. Ashley Miller, 5-0 record, had 17 appearances, 1.16 ERA, 36.1 innings. Struck out 30. Yeah, that's pretty good in the amount of innings. If you look at the pitching rotation for San Mateo, she's got the third most appearances.
Yeah.
So I would have to think that Barry Atua, who has the second most, is being saved for another game at another time.
This is eerily similar to last year.
It is. Yeah, San Mateo came in as the #1 North seed and fell behind Riverside, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it Palomar?
You know, I can't remember which one it was.
I think we'll find out.
Yeah.
We won't
assume.
Yeah, we'll get back to you on that. But it was a big lead that the Bulldogs found themselves on the short end of. So first pitch,
The ball
from our
way
new
up and
pitcher. Miller, Ashley Miller, is high for ball 1. Lefty. So you go from a righty to a lefty. What does that do? Nothing. As far as adjustments go when you're up 8-0.
I don't know. We should ask the athletes.
Can you yell really loud?
How does this change your bat?
Here's the pitch. That one's
There
over
you
for a
go.
strike. So it counts 2-1. 1 down. 2 runs across, both on round trippers. A 2-run home run by Charlotte Foster that drove in Erica Simmons, who had singled.
Good
And
pitch.
a solo shot from Selena Felix. So now the count's even at 2-2.
It's a good spot, right? Low and outside.
Simmons reached on an error by the right fielder in the first, grounded to short in inning number 2. So she's been all over.
Yeah. I'd keep it low on this Mount SAC team. They obviously can keep their hands up well on that up pitch. Walked her.
Tell us what you mean by keeping your hands high.
Well, that last home run that was hit, that ball was way up in her eyes, but she got her hands up, got that bat up there nice and level, and just took it over the left field fence.
And the reverse, if you don't keep your hands up on a hit like that, you're popping it up.
Yes, absolutely.
Or missing, you're whiffing.
Or yeah, completely missing it.
Devin Vanderhoff, third baseman at the plate right now. That's ball 1 to Devin. Walked in the first and scored a run. Singled in the third to lead off the third. Was stranded at second. 1-0 pitch. Down to second goes Simmons, and she's in safely with the stolen base. Throw not in time. Simmons with her 30th. That's a team-leading 30th stolen base of the year.
Wow.
One pitch. That one hit right back to Ashley Miller for the second out. Looks at Simmons, dares her to do something. So 2 down.
So again, that's that pitch we were talking about. Up in the zone, she didn't get her hands up, popped it up to the pitcher.
And didn't get anything on it.
No.
So Nia Caesar, the DP, singled and scored a run in the first, sacrifice bunt in the second to move Vanderhoff to first, or to second, excuse me. She was already on first. There's the pitch. Inside, ball one.
Curveball.
8-0. Mounties on top of the Bulldogs. The top of the fourth.
We're talking about Kelly Ford. I think she just walked into the ballpark. Coming to watch. Yeah, watching her former.
Yep. I see the big F.
There it is.
It stands for Ford, doesn't it?
We'll have to ask her. Be great to get her commentary on this.
Yeah. She's fun. This one hit deep to right, over to make the grab. Nice play by Scania Lemus for the out, and that retires the side. But 3 runs on 3 hits, a runner left. And we head to the bottom of the fourth with the Mounties on top. 8-0. All right, so does your strategy change? You still trying to get a run here and a run there? Or do you have to do something different when you're down 8-0? I don't know what else you do. Play more aggressively? Do you play less aggressively?
I don't think you played less aggressively. I mean, you don't want to run yourselves into outs, but you definitely need to put the ball in play. I would say for San Mateo, they want to get the ball on the ground a little bit more. Getting it up in the air is not gonna do anything for them. You know, they're not striking out.
No, they're not.
You know, pitcher's not overpowering, but she is getting them to fly out and pop up.
The 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Bulldogs do at the plate. Scania Lemus just made the out to end the top of the fourth. Melina Rodriguez and Brooke Ramsey do up. So that's those are the people who can make contact. I mean, it's all about making contact.
We have a few other 4-year coaches in the stadium tonight. I see Nevada's coach down there.
See the
UNR?
Next to Max?
Yeah, sitting there. Josh Taylor. He's a former community college coach as well.
Where do you know where he goes?
Yeah, he coached at Feather River.
Feather River. Makes perfect sense. Go from Feather River to Nevada. Probably didn't even need to sell his house.
Great coach. Great guy.
All right. Leading off the bottom of the fourth will be Scania Lemus, the right fielder. Flew out to short in the first, or second at bat of the game. Trying to get base runners are the Bulldogs, trailing 8-0. That one catches the outside corner, strike one. So we have 4-year coaches looking to fill positions, looking for attitudes, not necessarily looking at stats when they're at this level or at this stage of the game. They're looking to see who can do what at this stage.
Absolutely. They've got specifics in mind that they're looking for. So
0-2 count. Gonzalez ahead. Lemus, the right fielder. Here comes the pitch. That one hit back to first baseman Charlotte Foster. Makes the unassisted play at first base route, number 1. Good defensive game. It was the Mounties started off with an error by the pitcher and that throwing error to lead off the game. Given up a hit since then.
Yeah. Well, I think the difference between the two is, the Mounties didn't let that affect them. They just, as we were talking, kind of took a deep breath. And granted, it's a little easier when you have some cushion behind it too, right?
Melina Rodriguez at the plate, first baseman. She did something anonymous in the first inning as well. For the third out. There's the pitch.
Oh, up a little bit.
Count even at 1-1. 8-0. Mounties on top of the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch. Bottom of inning number 4. That catches the outside corner. That was solid in the black.
Yeah, she's staying consistent on that outside corner.
Martinez ahead now in the count. 1-2.
San Mateo's really got to wait on that pitch and drive it to that side.
Here's the pitch. That one outside. Waited just a little bit too long.
I think that one was a few ball lengths off
Yeah.
the plate, protecting a little bit there.
Protecting, you're right. Perfect night right now
Oh yeah.
for softball as Kelly Ford and Darcy Brownell get reacquainted. There's Ledoux, Sherry Ledoux.
Oop.
That one fouled back into the crowd. I'm gonna get something out of my bag. So one down here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-2 count to Melina Rodriguez.
Ball in the dirt.
Counts even now at 2-2.
Catcher got around that ball. Good stop.
2-2 count. Gonzalez gets the sign. Here comes the pitch. That one hit up the middle for a base hit, and the Bulldogs have a runner on.
Yeah. It's a good solid hit. Line drive up the middle. Pitcher left that one over the plate. Catcher set up on the inside. Left that too much over the plate. Felt high.
Perfect hit.
She took advantage of it. Yeah, absolutely. It was a great at bat, being behind in the count and working
off
way
0-2.
back. Yeah.
Brings Brooke Ramsey, third baseman, to the plate. Flew out to right. Her first at bat in the second.
San Mateo's got to be breathing a little bit easier the second time around the
And
lineup.
that's another hit. Back-to-back hits. Yeah, well, you get a chance to make adjustments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Second hit of the inning for the Bulldogs, who trail 8-0 and need a lot of back-to-back hits.
Absolutely.
And that brings second baseman Talisa Fiami to the plate. Flew out to center.
For the Bulldogs, brings up the second baseman, number 25.
She's the She's got the most RBIs on San Mateo's team, so this is a kid to drive them in right here.
Fiami at the plate with one down. Melina Rodriguez at second with a single, followed by a single from Brooke Ramsey.
Strike on the outside corner.
And Gonzalez, we talked about getting ahead in the count. She was doing that the first couple innings. Took a departure from that in the third. 0-1 pitch from Gonzalez. That one hit down the first base line.
Nope, foul.
Foul ball.
Good effort by the right fielder.
So long strike.
Yeah. Well, you know, if she makes that catch, she's fairly deep and in foul territory. That would have been a long throw.
Yep.
She could have tagged up and advanced to third on that. Would have been a fairly productive out.
That would have been. Wonder why she wasn't tagging up. One down. 0-2 count to Brooke Ramsey. The pitch. That one
base
is
hit
third
again.
base
That's
hit.
a score. Oh, yeah, that was a good call, Coach.
And Nicole Borg holds Rodriguez at third.
Rodriguez did exactly what you would expect her to do, coming around that base hard like you're going to score, picking up your coach, listening to what your coach is telling you. Borg was right in her ear telling her to hold up.
Simmons
Great
came
throw.
up with it in center field right away.
That throw was on the money. One hop, the catcher, and it was a long hop. It's a perfect hop. You could tell they've practiced that a few times.
Yeah, they have. So Ruby Rojas out to talk to her infield. For back-to-back-to-back singles by the Bulldogs, trailing 8-0 here in the bottom of the fourth, trying to chip away at that lead and extend the game. Rojas heads back to her dugout.
Mount Sac's crowd cheering him on here.
Mounties and champions 2003, 2005, 2007, 2009. Crowd expects championships, as does the school. That one outside.
Off the plate. Oh, I'm swinging on this next pitch.
Natalie Saucedo up there. Saucedo 479, 12 home runs, slugging percentage of .975, 116 total bases.
That's a
Both
great
those
take.
stats led the team.
That was a ball off the plate. Great take. She's ahead in the count, 2-0.
No place for her to go other than over to first, knocking in or driving in a run.
2-0 count.
One down. Bases full of Bulldogs. Here's the pitch. That one hit
wow.
high and deep.
Gone.
It's gone.
That's in the batting cage. Over the batting cage. Nope.
Hits the batting cage.
Wow. It just,
And Natalie Saucedo took a cue from
Grand
Nikki
slam.
DeQuinn and said, I'm swinging a distance. She swung at it, hit a grand slam.
I know, that's tough when you get behind the count like that as a pitcher. And as a hitter, you're looking for that pitch.
So 4 runs now on 4 hits in the bottom of the 4th. 4 seems to be the magic number for the Bulldogs in this game. And they're back in the game now. They trail 8-4. They cut the lead in half with lots of ABs left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of game left.
1 down, only 1 out still. I'm parched. You know, you talk like this, you get a little dry.
Well, you do a great job.
Well, thank you.
I'm a little nervous here still.
Well, you're making plenty of adjustments now that you've seen the pitches. All right, Grand Slam brings in 4 Bulldogs. Natalie Saucedo, after back-to-back-to-back singles by Rodriguez, Ramsey, and Thiami. And at the plate now, Leilani Akai, the catcher, hit a line drive to the first baseman in inning number 2 for the out.
That was a ball off the plate again.
Yeah, she's really not going to give her anything to hit. We watched the first at bat, and she was dancing around. Akai actually swung at 2 big swings at pitches and missed him.
Yeah. Gonzalez behind in the count again. 2 balls, no strikes.
That's what happened to Saucedo in the last at bat. Here's the pitch, the swing and a miss.
Pulled her head again.
Pulled her head.
Yeah.
Seen 3 big swings and misses, and all 3 times her head is in left field. That one in the dirt.
3-1 count.
That is nice. Cameron Oates just bringing us some water. It's got to be 110 degrees in the press box. We're tough. So 3-1 count now. Gonzalez behind Akai. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back into the screen. Over the right field fence, you see Sierra, the number 2 north seed. They're getting ready to take on the number 1 south seed, Santiago Canyon. They're over in left field, behind over in the soccer field. That one hit hard and deep, and it's a home run off the glove of Erica Simmons.
Wow. That would have been a great catch. She gloved it, hit the wall, and the ball went over. Wow, that was a great effort by the center fielder.
Just kind of ran out of room, and I think the shock of running out of room.
Yeah, that's a real tough play to make when you hit the fence like that. You know, it hit it right on her hand, right on the. Looks like maybe her elbow or forearm, maybe even the wrist. And just when that happens, you know, it's kind of like getting hit in the funny bone. You can't squeeze anymore, and that ball just popped right out of the glove.
Well, and it's an unnatural
angle,
motion
absolutely.
When you're trying to reach over a fence and there's a barrier there. So they're out there. They're not taking any chances with their center fielder, Erica Simmons. First base umpire Tony Garcia out there as well. And that's one thing the Mounties always bring is a great training staff. Great department of athletic training down there. She's okay. That's the second home run of this inning for the Bulldogs, and they creep back even closer. It's now 8-5. That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
A lot of at-bats left. Got to just chip away. It's nice to chip away with a grand slam and then a solo shot.
Absolutely.
Makes your work a little bit easier. But, you know, they did what they had to do. Back-to-back singles.
Yeah.
They sprayed the ball throughout the field.
Got pitcher warming up for Mount San Antonio in the bullpen over there. Number 1, Myra
Helguera.
Still 1 out.
Yeah, still 1 out. 8-5 now. The Mounties on top of the Bulldogs. At the plate is Taylor Cruz, the DP. Bats 9th in the lineup, which means absolutely nothing when you're the Bulldogs. Cruz batting .333, has 4 home runs, 21 RBI, 27 hits. And that one's hit sharply to
nice
third.
play.
Up with it is Vanderhoff. Over to Foster at first for out number 2.
Good play by the third baseman. Went down on one knee. Didn't quite completely lay out for it.
That was hard hit
shot.
ball.
Yeah, it was hard shot.
So we're 2 down now. We're back to the leadoff hitter, Raquel Martinez, the center fielder. Reached on an error to start the game. And then was hit by a pitch to lead off the third. Eventually got tagged at second base on a nice throw by Hiroto, trying to steal.
There's that
That's a
outside
strike.
corner.
Eighth batter of the inning for the Bulldogs. Pitch to Martinez from Gonzalez, fouled back into the net. Game 2 scheduled to start about an hour from now at 8 o'clock. Between the Wolverines and the Hawks. Here's the pitch.
Outside.
Misses outside.
From a lefty, that's a screwball.
Yeah, it came back out, went in and came out.
Yeah.
1-2 count now. To Raquel Martinez, the leadoff hitter, center fielder.
Corners are playing back with 2 outs, but she was the one that led off with that bunt.
Yeah. And forced a bad throw from Gonzalez.
Working her way back in the count. Ball outside off the plate again.
Two down here in the bottom of the fourth. 5 runs across for the Bulldogs in the bottom half of the fourth. That one hit foul down into the just shy of the bullpen. After the Mounties had taken an 8-0 lead in the top of the fourth on back-to-back home runs.
Yeah.
A 2-run shot from Charlotte Foster and a solo shot from Selena Felix. That one fouled to the left side, or to the right side.
That's a good cut.
Oh, that breeze feels good. Wolverines playing with basketballs out there in center field. Playing soccer with basketballs out there in center field. Here's the pitch. That one foul. Oh, no, it's hit straight up.
Yeah.
Catcher Hiroto underneath it for out number 3. So, let's see if I have 5 runs on 5 hits. The big blast, Natalie Saucedo's grand slam after 3 straight singles from Rodriguez, Ramsey, and Fiammi. Natalie Saucedo listens to Nikki DeQuinn, who says, if I'm up there, I'm swinging. She said, oh, well, if Nikki's going to swing, I'm going to swing too. She actually got ahead in the count. It was a 2-0 pitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, the only available seating is in the stands or on the first base side.
So due up for the Mounties as they hope to add to this 8-5 lead. I don't think we're in danger of any mercy rules anymore.
Let's hope not. I'd like to see this game go 7 innings.
The 6, 7, 8 batters due up for the Mounties. That's Winokur, Gonzalez, and Hiroto. All three of them have hits.
They haven't faced this young lady. They haven't faced
we got
Miller, right?
Ashley Miller, yeah. Ashley Miller comes in with a 5-0 record, unbeaten on the year. She came in relief of Ashlyn Neal.
Leading off for Mount Sac, the left fielder number 17, Natalie Winokur.
So Natalie Winokur, as I mentioned, she got a hit in the first. She flew out to right field in the third. So sophomore pitchers for
Now,
San Mateo.
I have to refresh my memory, but wasn't that the same rotation as last time too?
Yes, it was. You're right.
Last year, a year ago.
Yeah. So 1-0 pitch from Miller.
Inside
Ball 2. Natalie Winokur at the plate. 8-5, top of the 5th. Mount San Antonio on top of College of San Mateo. Here's the pitch outside.
3-0 count.
Now you don't want to give up any free passes here.
No.
The first batter.
No. Catcher's going out to settle her down a bit. Winokur 9 walks on the season. Due up next is Brianna Gonzalez, who interestingly enough was pulled for a pinch hitter in the first. Steffi Aradias proceeded to hit a 2-run single. And there's a free pass given out by Ashley Miller. Heading down to first is Natalie Winokur. And that brings up the right fielder, Brianna Gonzalez, with nobody down here in the top of the 5th. I'd expect the bunt here would slap her up.
Brooke Ramsey in.
Yeah, there it is.
Goes back to Miller. Up with it.
Rid of it quickly. Oh,
Not in
save.
time.
Nice save by the second baseman.
Everybody's safe. Throw from Talisa Fiami to the shortstop, Kayleen Smith. Covering the bag at second. Not in time.
Again, with the left-handed pitcher, that's a tough play to make.
Well, it looked like she had a little bit of hesitation.
A little bit, yeah.
Indecision. And I think Fiami was just a little bit late in getting over as well.
Yeah. She made a great catch, though. That ball was thrown offline.
So Yumi Hiroto, the catcher, at the plate, doubled to drive in 2 runs in the first and bunt back. And grounded out to the shortstop in the 4th. Runners on, first and second. Winokur at second. Gonzalez at first.
Ramsey's up again playing that bunt.
So look for Kayleen Smith, if there is a bunt, to go over to third from her shortstop position, which she does right on cue. You know, one of the things all 4 of these teams are going to possess, you're going to see, are fundamentals. They're fundamentally sound on the field, at the plate, in the circle. They've gotten here because of good fundamentals, among other things. It's almost second nature to a lot of these as it gets to this part of the season.
You hope so.
You hope so.
But we were talking about that earlier. There's so many factors that
sorry to bring that up again.
go into this. It shows bunt again. Foul ball. So
everybody's got to go back. Winokur to second. Gonzalez to first. 1-0 Nobody down. 2-2 count to Yumi Hiroto.
It's got to be frustrating. Call that sacrifice bunt a couple times and don't execute.
And you know, I spoke earlier about discipline at the plate improving. I've seen bunting improve this year too. It seems like bunting has improved. So I don't know if there's a new bunting video out there that everybody's watching, or
I don't know. No,
or it's good coaching.
It's got to be the coaching.
I'll give it to you. Got to be. Here's the pitch. That one hit off the handle.
Great pitch. Great catch
to Brooke
by the
Ramsey.
baseman. Diving catch in foul territory. Coming forward on it.
So that's the first out of the inning. Brooke Ramsey making a stellar defensive play in foul territory at third base. And that brings up Erica Simmons, the center fielder, who just missed, making a great grab last inning. Ball, it was Leilani Akai hit it to center field, deep center field. Actually went over the fence off of the glove.
Oh,
this one bounded. Good spot for that one. Up with it, not in time.
Good play, though. Barehanded it. Second baseman, is it Fiami?
Fiami.
No, Fiami, right? She barehanded that to her first baseman, but wasn't quick enough.
So second hit of the inning, a single by Erica Simmons. Runners filling the bases. You got Winokur at third, Gonzalez at second, Erica Simmons at first, as we take a little break in the action.
Ramsey called timeout and pulled her infielders in.
It is a Mizuno custom-made glove. That's right, custom-made by Mizuno.
Ramsey, one of the sophomores that was here last year. Pulled her infield in to kind of settle him down a bit, I'm assuming.
Oh, she's tough. I remember seeing her up in Rockland when they came up to play Sierra this year, and she's a verbal leader as well as doing it on the field. Stepping up, Charlotte Foster hit a home run, 2-run shot last inning. Here's the pitch outside. That's her state-leading 21st home run last inning. It'll be a good spot to hit another one, drive in 4. But we'll see.
Not if you're San Mateo.
Not if you're San Mateo.
Yeah.
It's
Miller's
50-50 every time, isn't it? 50-50 every call we make.
Yeah. 2 balls, no strikes.
Here's the pitch. That one fouled back.
Pitch. It's a good cut. Just got under it a bit.
So Foster grounded to first, or grounded to the pitcher in both the first and the second innings, and then roped a home run, driving in Erica Simmons.
Her first time facing Miller.
First time facing Miller.
So hopefully Miller can get a. Oh, that's a great pitch. Change up.
The best change up we've seen so far in the game.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great location for it too. Low and outside.
And a good time for it, too, when you're behind in the count 2-1. Now the count even at 2-2. Bases loaded. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Ooh,
hit the umpire. Lisa Allard-Talamant in the noggin. Cherise Shoemaker does a little umpiring herself, says that hurts really bad.
Right here, I got proof. You want to put it on camera?
Now, there's a nice bruise there on your left bicep.
A round of applause for the official. Here's where you tell your catcher to take a trip out to the mound and give the official a couple minutes to recover.
You know, there's an umpire hit on a foul ball that went off the catcher's. No, not a foul ball, just grazed off the catcher's glove in a super regional at Sierra last week. Hit him in the throat and he had to leave. Had to leave the game. Tried to stay in, but got dizzy. That one falls in no man's land.
Yeah, in foul territory.
Those umpires get hit a lot. They more than people realize.
Oh yeah, it's a dangerous spot to be in for, you know. I've seen catchers get a foul ball and get concussed.
Yeah, right.
You know,
even with all the equipment,
absolutely.
they have all the protection.
Yeah, absolutely.
That pitch hit up the middle, right
Great
at
double
Martinez.
play.
And that retires the side. There's a defensive gem by Raquel Martinez. Caught the ball for the out, relayed it in.
I've seen a little fire over there in San Mateo's side. Great play by the center fielder. Heads up, doubled the kid off on second base. Nicole Borg's over there firing her team up a bit.
They only trail by 3. A couple innings, it was, well, we're trailing by 8.
Like we said earlier, you know, they scored 5 runs in 1 inning.
That's right. So for the Mounties in the top of the 5th, no runs. There were 2 hits, 2 runners stranded. So as I mentioned, it's 8-5, heading to the bottom of the 5th.
9:30, we're going to have the inaugural sophomore showcase. We've got sophomores coming in from all over the state. We've got a north-south.
Nikki, I want to talk to you about the significance of what we're seeing here at the Final Four. First time in the history of the Final Four, all 4 teams are coached by women.
Is it really?
First time.
I did not know that.
We talked about it last night at the coaches meeting, and
wow.
Wow.
That is pretty significant.
It is pretty
significant. That makes me, I'm a little excited about that. And I know I've, had the opportunity to work with all 4 coaches at some point through our Coaches Association, and they're all fantastic people. Great coaches, obviously, but great people. But to have the women leaders like that, and being at this level,
it's a pretty significant moment.
It is significant, absolutely.
And I don't want to underplay it at all. I think, you look at the programs that are here, they have become dominant programs because of those 4 women in the leadership role.
Absolutely.
So leading off the bottom of the 5th is the shortstop, Kayleen Smith. Sacrifice bunts in inning number 1, struck out swinging in the 3rd. Only strikeout of the game.
Well, she leads San Mateo in hits in the rate in 65 hits. 65
hits. This one hits behind first base, getting under it is Selena Felix, the second baseman, for out number 1 in the bottom of the 5th. So F4 if you're keeping score at home.
Going back to women head coaches and leadership, and young ladies need those types of role models, and I think it's really, really important. So that makes me very excited. Thank you for filling me in on that.
No problem. No problem.
Ball off the plate.
Scania Lemus at the plate takes the first one. First pitch, a ball. Flew out to short. Hit a grounder to first. In her 2 plate appearances, that one bounces outside.
We haven't seen too many change-ups thrown in this game.
We saw Ashley Miller throw an outstanding one last inning, but I'm not aware of a whole lot of other ones. That pitch in for a strike. So that's the kind of pitch that I would swing at.
2-1 count. 2-0 count at that point.
Yeah, she's coming in with a strike. It's a hitter's pitch.
Although it may not be too bad of a strategy on San Mateo's part to take a few more pitches now.
Based on the time frame of the game, how many pitches.
Absolutely. And there's
that one's going to get behind the center fielder, Erica Simmons, all the way to the fence. In with a double is Scania Lemus. Hi, Roz Goldenberg, Sierra College's athletic director, Roz Goldenberg, making an appearance. I'm not sure why she's here other than the fact that there's a team play.
Erica Simmons made a great effort for that ball, laid out for it.
And at that point, it was deep enough to where she could do that because it wasn't going to get too far behind
her. Like we said earlier, they're playing, especially center field, is playing pretty deep out there. Right fielder came over and backed her up,
Kept it to a double.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kept it to a double.
It was a great effort.
Melina Rodriguez at the plate now. Hit a single in inning number 4. Scored a run on that Natalie Saucedo grand slam. No, I'm good. This one hit. This one's going to be caught by the right fielder, Brianna Gonzalez, who relays it into second. So we move to 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
It's a well-hit ball.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was going to actually drop before Gonzalez had a chance to get there. So 2 down. Runner on, Scania Moose, and that brings up Brooke Ramsey, the fiery third baseman. Flew out to right, hit a single, one of 3 singles in a row by San Mateo in the bottom of the 4th. This one fouled over the first base dugout. Strike 1.
San Mateo's coming up to the plate a little more aggressively now. A little more confident, looks like, in their swings.
Yeah, hitting a grand slam and a solo shot, and hitting all those singles. I think that they feel a lot better about themselves than they did when they were down 8-0. Moose at second, reached on a double. And that pitch outside.
Screwball again.
1-1 count now. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. 8-5, Mount San Antonio on top of the College of San Mateo. Coming up next, it'll be Sierra and Santiago Canyon. Another good game with 2 really good teams. Of course, this is the Final 4. They're all good. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gets by the catcher. So the count remains 1-2. Wind has died a little bit.
We've got the foul ball retrieved by College of San Mateo head coach, her son, Dylan.
Oh, the little guy right there.
Yeah, that's her little guy returning that foul ball.
And he's being escorted by the daughter, Riley McGoran, the daughter of assistant coach Brett and Courtney McGoran for Sierra. So it's a coaching thing going on down
yeah.
there.
Makes me sorry I don't have my daughter here.
How old's your daughter?
She's turned 2 at the end of February.
Wow.
So Nicole and I, there's a ball in the dirt. The runner advances.
Over to third
Squeaks away
is
from the catcher.
Scania Moose.
Nicole and I, for whatever reason, did everything kind of on the same page this year. Coaches Association co-presidents, had our kids around the same time. Yeah. Would have been nice to be here, but
yeah, I know
the
feeling. Yeah,
that's all right.
Hey, there's always next year.
Absolutely.
Now. You've established a precedent. So do you have any award winners coming?
We do. Yes.
That one hit right back up to Gonzalez, over to first to Charlotte Foster for out number 3. So in the in the bottom of the 5th, no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left for the Bulldogs. And as we head to the top of the 6th, it's 8-5, the Mounties on top of the Bulldogs. So let's go back to your honors.
We have 2 all-NorCal players that'll be here tomorrow. One is playing in the sophomore showcase. She's our shortstop, Priscilla Arona. Did a fantastic job for us this year, so I'm excited to see her play. She's excited to be in this showcase, so excited that we did this year. And then our pitcher, who's not participating because she signed with William Penn, she's also a NorCal athlete receiving an award tomorrow.
So she's all NorCal.
Yeah.
All NorCal.
She had a great year as well, obviously. And then we have 2 academic all-state players that will receive awards. One is a former athlete because she's being receiving the award for her year as a sophomore. And then one graduating athlete for her work or her academics her freshman year.
Well, and I always believe those academic awards are always, everything's important, but
Absolutely.
Those academic awards, when you think about what they do, they got to succeed in the classroom, in a lot of community involvement.
Absolutely.
A lot of teams have things going on in the community, and a grueling practice, knowing you have a grueling practice and game schedule.
Oh, yeah, not to mention half of them or most of them have to work on top of that,
Exactly.
you know, so.
Yeah.
Our athletes they do quite a bit, you know.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. Any all-league players as well?
Yeah, we had quite a number of all-conference athletes this year. Our catcher, Carrie Ann Biddle, was an all-conference athlete.
Selena Felix, second baseman, leading off the top of the 6th for the Mounties.
Our first baseman, Adriana Ortega. Our designated hitter, Madi Rodriguez. Again, our shortstop and our pitcher, as I mentioned earlier, we had a few second team all conference athletes as well.
Maybe I should ask who didn't make it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That says a lot about your recruiting as well. You know, you get those athletes there and they take care of the grades. And
Absolutely.
that's how you build a program. I mean, that's what it's all about right there.
Another ball behind in the count, 2-0.
So Miller falls behind 2-0. She's done that to a couple batters.
Again, you know, I really believe with you want to get ahead in the count right off the get-go. I think most coaches will tell you that.
Yeah, they will, won't they? Yeah. That's an advantageous way to go about it. Get ahead in the count. Well, there's so much you can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are in control.
Exactly.
2-1 pitch on its way in the dirt. 3-1. So we've seen a lot of pitches in the dirt.
Most of what I've seen are the off-speed pitches that have been the ones that are in the dirt. I really haven't seen anything else.
So that's a release that isn't correct, or grip? What
well, grip can play a factor in it, but oftentimes it is release.
That one hit high to center field, to the warning track. Got a lot deeper than I thought it was going to be. Raquel Martinez makes the grab.
The wind died down a little bit. But Martinez went back. I mean, she put her hand out trying to find the fence. She played that well.
Martinez makes the catch on the warning track. Brings to the plate, shortstop number
So that's one down now in the top of the sixth. Brings to the plate Alex Simmons, the shortstop. Got on an error in inning number 1. Grounded out to short in the second. Reached on a walk and stole a base in the fourth. First pitch catches the outside corner. Nice pitch. If you remember all the way back to the first inning, that error on the right fielder out there was what allowed the floodgates. I keep saying floodgates, but that's what allowed Mount SAC to put 5 runs across
nice
to get a
pitch.
5-0 lead.
Another off-speed pitch.
Another off-speed pitch. We've seen 2 of those devastators from Ashley Miller in the last couple innings.
Great pitch calls there, keeping the batters off balance a little bit, changing up speeds.
That's such a weapon.
Absolutely.
0-2 pitch, high.
You know, you take away that first inning there, those are all unearned runs.
They are all unearned runs.
Whole different ball game.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Make that catch, it's
5-3.
5-3 in favor of San Mateo.
That one hit to Fiyami, up with it over to first base. Interesting throwing motion by Fiyami.
Yeah.
Still gets the work done. Molina Rodriguez on the receiving end of that throw from Fiyami.
Speedy runner like that, you just want to stay low on it, and even sidearm like you would a shortstop turning a double play. Just stay low and get rid of that ball.
So we're 2 down now in the top of the 6th. That brings third baseman Devin Vanderhoff. Walked in the first, hit a single in the third, flew out to left field in the fourth. Here's the pitch.
Nice pitch.
0-1 count.
Outside corner.
Miller gets ahead in the count. Game 2 scheduled to get underway at 8 o'clock. Might be just a little delayed. That one misses, much to the chagrin of the Bulldog fans. Lots of Bulldog fans here in attendance. A lot of blue.
What's the website that we can listen to the game on?
CCCAA sports.org. 2 down, 1-2 count now. Vanderhoff, the third batter of the inning. Miller with the pitch.
Another off-speed pitch. That's a great call. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Off the plate.
Creates so much indecision up there.
Yeah, Vanderhoff just kind of stuck the bat out there and fouled it off. Maybe come back low and inside here.
1-2 pitch from Miller to
Yeah,
Vanderhoff.
there's a
That one
curveball.
hit
Yeah.
short right field in to make the grab. Scania Lemus. And that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Mount San Antonio College in the bottom of the 6th.
We've got a game.
We've got a game. It's 8-5. San Mateo back in this game.
to lead 8-5.
with a 5-run fourth, courtesy of a grand slam from Saucedo after back-to-back-to-back singles, and Leilani Akai with a solo shot to center field off the glove of Raquel Martinez, or excuse me, off the glove of center fielder Erica Simmons.
Make sure that you're posting your selfies and let everyone know that you are at the 2014 state championships. Also post them.
So we haven't won anything for our selfie yet.
No, we haven't.
Still open.
I don't know if it got sent to the right place. I'm going to trust Cameron, though. He's a little more tech savvy than I am.
Me too. Me too. That's why I take him everywhere.
Ooh, that sun. Did you see that throw? Number 20, the third baseman, threw it over to first base, and she lost it in the sun.
That sun at an angle, now probably the worst angle of the evening.
The throw was about belt high. Yeah, maybe up the letters. She lost it.
I'm going to change glasses here, go from sunglasses to regular glasses because we're in the shade.
Yeah.
See our fans making their way in here. It's their Big 8 championship t-shirt. All right, Fiammi leading it off to Lisa Fiammi. Bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs trailing 8-5. First pitch from Gonzalez. In for a strike. Fiammi flew to center and singled in her first 2 plate appearances.
Got the first baseman, Charlotte Foster.
Having a hard time.
Yeah, she's having some trouble over there. Got her hand up trying to block the sun.
Which means the right fielder's going to have a hard time.
I would imagine, yeah.
That one outside.
Off-speed pitch again. That was way out.
1-1 the count now.
See if she comes in.
To All-Stater, to Lisa Fiammi.
Well, catcher's setting up inside. Looks like they're going to come in on her.
1-1 pitch.
Yep,
that one
curveball.
hit to the third baseman. Up with it is Vanderhoff over to Charlotte Foster at first, and she's able to block out that sun, make the catch for out number 1.
Vanderhoff's been pretty solid over there at third base for Mount SAC.
She has indeed.
Makes it look effortless.
Natalie Saucedo, big blast at during her last at bat. Grand slam, driving in Rodriguez, Ramsey, and Fiammi. Singled in the first. Here's the pitch from Gonzalez.
Missed up a little bit, it looked like.
Still haven't seen.
It's a ball.
It's a ball. Okay. 1-0 count. Pitch on the way.
Oh.
In. That one catches the outside corner. Count now 1-1.
That was a good pitch to take.
1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. 8-5. Bulldogs trailing the Mounties. Lights on now. Did they just come on, or did
They did.
Just
no,
now.
they did.
One-two count. Gonzalez to Saucedo. That one low in the dirt. Nice grab by Hiroto. Five unearned runs for the Mounties in the first. The difference in the game.
Gonzalez shaking off pitches. There's 3. Oh, got called on ball on the batter for taking too much time in between. She shook off 3 pitches.
So that's an automatic ball.
Yeah.
How much time do they have?
20, right?
20 seconds. That was more than 20 seconds. This one hit down the first baseline foul. Timing violation.
We've seen that called a few times this year.
That's one of the umpire's favorite new rules.
Is that a point of emphasis this year? No.
Yeah.
When softball games started lasting 3.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full
count. 3-2 pitch on its way. That one hit down the first base line. See if Gonzalez has enough room. She does not. Goes into the bullpen. Thank you, Ross. Vin Scully, here with you. Your attention, please.
Full count.
I am not Vin Scully. 3-2 pitch has been hit foul down the third baseline.
Good at bat.
Good AB.
Getting a lot of pitches. It's a good thing.
So how much time is going to be between as a free pass is given to Saucedo? How much time is going to be between the end of this game and the start?
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yeah. Need to allow time to prep the field.
They do. Yep. So Leilani Akai, who hit a solo home run in the bottom of the fourth, steps to the plate. Saucedo at first. 8-5, Mountie lead. Here in the bottom of the sixth. Game that was once 8-0, now a game. I guess it was always a game.
Oh yeah.
You talked
That's
about
what you love about softball.
you
Can
talked
change.
about them getting back in anytime. 0-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner. Strike two. Nice pitch. Now, that's one of those pitches that if I was at the plate, I would have been swinging.
Oh, we've been seeing it pretty consistently from up here.
Yeah, we
right?
have.
Right on that
Absolutely.
outside corner.
What are you thinking of down there? That one outside.
Yeah, that was.
Good discipline there. She
Yeah.
wanted that for a
She
minute.
did, yeah. And that's a great 0-2 pitch. Way off the plate there. See if you can get her to chase. She wasn't having it.
Saucedo at first, courtesy of a walk. 1-2 pitch. That one hit down the
Hit
first
well.
base line, but foul.
That's the way to cover that outside part of the plate. Hit it off your belly button, drive it to that side.
So, 1-2 count. One down. Runner on. What's she gonna throw?
I don't know. I might come in on this kid again. Low and inside.
Gonzalez gets a sign. Here's
And
the
there it
pitch.
is.
Low and inside.
Struck her
Strike
out.
3. Good call.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, that's why you're the coach of the year. So taking a called third strike, Leilani Akai for out number 2 brings up the DP, Taylor Cruz.
That's frustrating as a coach, though, to watch that. You know,
Especially
go
after
down
good
looking.
at bat.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Has been fouled back into the screen. Count is now 0-1, and Gonzalez ahead with 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. Taylor Cruz popped to first, grounded to third in her 2 plate appearances. There's the pitch.
Up. Rise ball.
Evens the count at 1-1. Eight to 5, bottom of the 6th. Mountie's on top of the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch. That one hits. Making the grab is Charlotte Foster. I got screened out by the pole. Could not see where it was going. So for the Bulldogs in the bottom of inning number 6, no runs, no hits. Natalie Saucedo stranded at first. And we're heading to the top of inning number 7 with the score remaining 8-5. Mount San Antonio on top of the College of San Mateo.
As a reminder, for tomorrow will be the inaugural
F3.
3, yeah.
All right, let's see who's coming up in the top of the 7th for the Mounties. We got the 5, 6, 7 hitters: Nia Caesar, Natalie Winokur, and Brianna Gonzalez. Seems like we called their names a lot this game. I guess we have. This is their 4th at bat for a couple of them. Yeah, 4th at bat for all 3.
Wow.
Ashley Miller in the circle. She came in relief of Ashlyn Neal in the 4th.
And she's actually done a great job for San Mateo.
They haven't scored any runs off.
No. She's kept them off balance. And you know, if I recall correctly, she kind of did the same thing last year when she came in. She came in and got the job done. It was an opportunity for her to show, you know, what she could do.
She's given up no runs, 2 hits in her 3 innings pitched as we head to the top of the 7th. Nia Caesar, the designated player at the plate, singled in the 1st, scored a run. Bunt sacrifice to move Vanderhoff to 2nd in inning number 3. And something anonymous in inning number 4. Why do I do that?
I think next game I'll keep the book.
You can do that, yes. It's always at the last out, too. I think it's because I'm interested in getting the inning recap together.
Well, you do,
all right.
Like I said, you do a great job with that.
Well, thank you. Here's Caesar. First pitch from, well, it would have been a strike. Bounced over the plate. Good.
Oh, did it?
Ashley Miller falls behind 1-0. That one hit to right field. It's pretty deep, and it's out of here.
Wow.
Home run for Nia Caesar.
Yep.
Got it up. Took it to the opposite field. Home run. And that's the proverbial insurance run. As we're in the 7th inning, he gives the Mounties a 4-run lead. Of course, anything you add to your score this late in the game is an insurance run.
Absolutely. But again, you know, San Mateo's the home team in this game, so they're going to have an opportunity to show their fight.
Absolutely. So Natalie Winokur singled, scored a run in the 1st, flew out to right field in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. Didn't get any further than 3rd base. Nobody down. 1 run across for the Mounties. That one in for a strike. Nia Caesar, a home run to lead off the 7th. For Caesar, that's her 11th home run of the year. A lot of double-figure home run hitters from each of these teams. That one hit over the 3rd baseman into left field. And Winokur on with a single. That just a sharp shot over the 3rd baseman's head. And that brings up Brianna Gonzalez.
Single by Winokur brings up the right fielder, number 33, Brianna Gonzalez.
And Nicole Borg asked for time. Let's see, do we call that a waddle? Waddles out to, and I mean that with all respect. 2 pregnant head coaches.
I was just going to say, we've got 2 coaches that are pregnant this year.
Coach Taylor to the press box. Coach Taylor to the press box.
Of course, that's Nicole Borg for San Mateo.
And Lisa Camargo for Santiago Canyon.
And they both look like they're equally far along. At least last night at the banquet. That was a fun banquet last night.
Actually, you know what? Lisa is due, and she looks fantastic. She's due next month.
Wow.
June.
I did not expect that at all.
So she's a little bit further along than Nicole is.
Yeah. I remember Nicole, 2012, when she was hosting a Super Regional. She was there at the Super Regional.
Yeah.
And she gave birth on Saturday and missed Championship Sunday.
She did, yeah.
Your attention please. Now pitching
And you could tell at that time she was about to give birth. That was a baby bump.
All right.
So we got a pitching change.
22, Lauren.
22 is Lauren Barriatua. Barriatua, second most innings pitched for San Mateo at 65-1. Has 39 strikeouts, 2.89 ERA, 10-1 record. Showing bunt is Brianna Gonzalez. Runner on at first in the form of Natalie Winokur. Home run by Nia Caesar leads off the inning, giving the Mounties a 9-5 lead. Lauren Barriatua. Not a name you see every day.
Screwball. One and one.
Counts even 1-1. So she's got some dirty pitches. I learned that terminology this year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's see if she bunts. I'm in the bet. Yeah, she
was showing.
Yeah.
To keep along with the pregnancy theme.
Ramsey was expecting that. So is Rodriguez over there at first base.
Rodriguez. 2-1 pitch. That one slapped to the shortstop. Up with it. Getting the lead runner is Kayleen Smith over to Lisa Fiyami. So 6-4 for out number one. On the fielder's choice is Gonzalez. And that brings Yumi Hiroto, the catcher, to the plate. 9-5, Mountie lead here in the top of the seventh. They've got one down, one on. One run across in this inning. Nia Caesar with a leadoff home run. The pitch. That one's going to be
blooped it
between the 5-6 hole.
Again, another great pitch from San Mateo. That was a screwball. And she just kind of got to call those cheap hits.
Cheap hits. But as a coach,
nonetheless,
he'll
it's a
take
hit.
them. So Ruby Rojas making a change with the runner. And that is over at first base now, Miranda Peralta. Peralta with a stolen base on the air.
Running for Hyoto. Number 44,
you know, that probably has something to do with Hiroto being a catcher, wanting to get.
Yeah.
I mean, in the seventh inning, want to get her ready to go, give her legs a rest. Yeah. This one hit to short center, short right, over to make the grab. Raquel Martinez for out number two. Runners stay where they are. She had to cover a lot of distance.
Yeah.
So that brings up the leadoff hitter, Charlotte Foster. She's made some noise in this game with a 2-run home run in the fourth.
Looking at Mount SAC's roster, they've got the capability, they've got the depth to put those runners in.
Got a lot of depth. A lot of depth on both these teams,
yeah,
but you look at Mount San Antonio. I think that's been the hallmark for Mountie teams for a number of years. Is their depth is astounding.
1-1 count.
Thank you. I see the 9-5. I don't see anything else. I see one ball. 1-1 count. Hit the shortstop. Up with it is Kaylee Smith. Long throw to Rodriguez for the out.
It's an outside pitch. She pulled it. Hit a weak ground ball to shortstop.
So for the Mounties in the top of the seventh, they've got one run on 3 hits. 2 runners left. And as we head to the final at-bats, at least for this inning. It's 9-5, Mount San Antonio on top of the College of San Mateo. But we have seen San Mateo come back with a big inning in the fourth on a grand slam by Saucedo, a solo shot by Akai. Due up, we got the top of the order, Raquel Martinez, Kayleen Smith, and Scania Lemus. Although we might see some depth and see some pinch hitters, I would not be surprised to see.
Featuring Santiago College and Sierra College. The game will start 45 minutes after the last out of this game. Again, game 2, Santiago Canyon taking on Sierra
Got
College.
San Mateo's fans trying to get the wave going here.
Yeah.
Time to put
It's
the
stopped.
rally caps on.
Yeah, rally caps. Yeah, there's one right there. Can you see that rally cap? Right
Oh
there.
yeah, got the backwards visor.
Backward, upside down visor.
Upside down, backwards.
Looks
yeah,
like Jimi
there you
Hendrix
go.
in his Stratocaster. Upside down, backwards. Playing a right-hand Stratocaster with his left hand. It's information that probably doesn't need to be disseminated here at the 2014 CCCAA Softball State Championships, but that's what I know. Trivial information about rock and roll stars.
All right.
Matt Folsom along with Nikki DeQuinn, bringing you all the action today. You having a good time?
I am. I'm having a great time.
See, it kind of gets into your blood a little bit, doesn't it?
Not
All
bad
right.
for my first time.
You're doing
huh?
great. No, I would have kicked you out if you were doing a bad job. Just like I did with Pickler last year. Leading off is the leadoff hitter.
Oh, there's that bun again.
Lots of speed. Over.
Great.
Not in time.
Yeah.
Good call over
Great
there. It's a
hustle.
bang, bang play.
Great hustle.
Leadoff single for Raquel Martinez. Beats out the bunt. And that brings Kayleen Smith. Bunted in the first inning. So they got to be aware. Bunted in the first inning.
Love that communication with the catcher and the third base there. Third base is letting everybody know, hey, this kid, they try that bunt again, she's going to come all the way around. Be heads up. And now she's communicating with her shortstop, strategizing on who's got what.
Martinez, the Bulldog team leader in stolen bases with 35 now. And Kayleen Smith, who steps in second on the team with 20. So you've got two really fast players. You got to take advantage of that if you're San Mateo, down by 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th.
Smith is due here.
Pitch high.
Expecting that bunt, throw her something up. See if she'll chase it.
Sabrina Gonzalez has gone all the way in the circle for the Mounties. Outside of that 5-hit, 5-run inning in the 4th, she has done a great job.
Curveball for a strike. 1-1.
1-1 count, thank you.
Saw you trying to see around that pole there.
And I don't want to bonk you in the head trying to do that. Raquel Martinez with a leadoff single stands at first base. Here's the pitch. That one hit up the middle. Trying to make the play is Erica Simmons. She does. Relays it not in time to Foster at first.
Yeah.
Nice hit ball,
Yeah.
but right at somebody. Out number 1, Kayleen Smith. It's a liner to Simmons in center field. Brings up Scania Lemus.
Simmons is a great outfielder. I mean, again, she's playing deep, and she came in on that ball, tried to throw out Martinez at
Came
first
close.
base, and it was a close play. Yeah. Tried to double her off.
The pitch to Lemus. And not able to come up with it is the shortstop,
hit.
Alex Simmons.
Base hit in a 5-6 hole. She got a glove on it, but
She would have had to
deep
make
in
a
the
really
hole.
good play.
Oh, yeah. Well,
She would have
that's a
beat
base.
it.
Yeah,
she would
that's
have
a
beat it
base
up.
hit.
So 2 hits in the top of the 7th, sandwich with that out to center field on the line drive.
Base hit by Lemus brings up the first baseman, number 24.
And that brings up Melina Rodriguez. Hit a single and scored a run on Natalie Saucedo's grand slam in the 4th.
San Mateo showing their fight here.
And Ruby Rojas says, let's slow this down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming up next, Game 2, Day 1 of the 2014 CCCAA Softball State Championships. It'll be the number 1 seed from the South, Santiago Canyon College. Thanks, Cherie. Yes, you did. Santiago Canyon College, the number 1 South seed against the number 2 North seed, Sierra College.
That should be a great matchup. I'm looking forward to that one, too.
I am, too. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
You're showing your bias.
I know, I am. I will be totally objective, though, once the game starts, just like always. Great athletes for all these teams, and you can't help but appreciate it.
Absolutely.
First pitch from Gonzalez.
Well, 2 of the coaches that I've looked up to a lot throughout my coaching career in the North are here today.
And you're talking about Nicole Borg and Darcy Brownell.
Darcy Brownell, yeah. Got a great respect for both coaches and developed a great friendship with Nicole. I like the way they run their teams. And
yeah, it shows.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a strike.
1-1 now, the count to Melina Rodriguez. 9-5 the score. Mounties on top. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 runners on for the Bulldogs. The pitch hit high. Making the call is the right fielder Brianna Gonzalez, and tagging up and heading it to third safely is Raquel Martinez.
Got under that pitch just a little too much.
So 2 down now. And that brings up Brooke Ramsey, the third baseman. Ramsey flew out to the right fielder in the 2nd, singled and scored a run in the 4th, and has an opportunity right now to make some noise and extend this game for the College of San Mateo. They trail by 4, 2 runners on, 2 down, bottom of the 7th. The pitch, outside, ball 1. Screwball.
Yeah.
Now, when I was a pitcher, I know how to throw it overhand. How do you do it underhand?
Throw that
It's
screwball.
all in the wrist?
Yeah, well, part of it, yeah. On the screwball, you got to get those hits out of the way.
Ah.
I like to teach hula hoop action there with the hips.
This one hit to short right, over just in fair territory, is Brianna Gonzalez for out number 3, and that ends the game. Your final score in Game 1 of the 2014 CCCAA Softball State Championship is the Mount San Antonio College Mounties 9, the College of San Mateo Bulldogs 5, and a game that started off with an 8-0